Hey, come here. Can you use was, were, have, has, had? So this is what we're gonna be doing today. And the best part, if you make a mistake, I'm going to tell you at the end what you need to study to improve that. I'm gonna give you a list, which mistake, how to correct it. So make sure to stay until the end and of course, let me know how well you scored. And as usual, we will start with the easy ones and it will get more and more difficult as we go. A1 level. 1. My little sister, so cute as a child. Were or was? Good. Was. 2. Does he, my phone number, has or have? Have. 3. You here last week? Were, have, has, did you be? Good. That was a tricky one. It's were you here last week? Let's remember this rule. With I, he, she, it, we use was. With you, they, and we use were. One more thing. The verb to be is extremely irregular. While in normal questions we use did to indicate the question or do or does, the verb to be, we say, were you there? Were you happy? Did you go? All right? So keep that in mind. Keep on watching the video until the end for 2 reasons. First of all, if you improve every day a little bit, can you imagine how good your English will be in 3 months? And second, I will not only be testing you, but I will also be giving you rules and explanations. So go ahead and watch this video until the end. By the way, if this is too easy for you, then just skip to the next part. A2 level. Question 4. My father, 2 cars. Have, was, has. Good. Has. Question 5. Our trip to Spain? Great. Were, was, has. Good. Was. 6. So much fun on my last holiday. Have, had, was, has. Good. Had. 7. They, 10 years old, when they, that illness. 2 blanks to fill in. So the first one, were, have, had. The second one, were, have, had. Good. They were 10 years old when they had that illness. 8. They drank too much coffee. Have, were, or nothing. Good. Nothing. They drank. Remember, the past of drink is drank, so we do not need anything, okay? So what is the rule here? With I, you, we, and they, we use have. With he, she, it, we use has. And the past of have is had. Now, one common mistake is some English learners say, I have 30 years old instead of I am. So pay attention. Sometimes verbs used in English are different from the ones used in your language. One more thing, guys. In these two levels, we dealt with the verbs be and have as the main verbs of the sentence. In the following levels, we are going to see how they can be used as an auxiliary, which means a verb that is used in forming the tenses. So they will not be the main verbs, but helping us form the present perfect, the passive, the past perfect, and so on. So let's see if you're ready. Let's move on to B1 level. 9. They drinking coffee when I arrived. Have, was, had, were. Good. Were. They were drinking coffee when I arrived. 10. You seen Spider-Man yet? Was, were, have, has, had. Good. Have you seen Spider-Man yet? 11. She been to Paris 3 times. Was, were, has, have. Good. She has been to Paris 3 times. And by the way, in daily spoken English, it's usually said like this, she's been to Paris 3 times. So we don't say she has been, but she's been, and that's not is been, but it is has. She's been to Paris 3 times. 12. The teacher explaining the lesson when the phone rang. Da-da-da-da. Has, have, were, was. Good. She was explaining the lesson. And guys, this is the past continuous. When we have two actions happening, one is long and the other one interrupts. So we use the past continuous for this one. She was explaining when the phone rang, all right? 13. If you, I would stop working. Has, were, had, be. Good. If I were you. If I were you, I would stop doing that. Now, some people ask me, can I say, if I was you? Isn't it usually I was? So why do we say I were? So this is the second conditional, and it's usually used for imaginary situations or hypothesis. And it is better to use were with all pronouns. If you use was, it's correct, but it's less common among native speakers, all right? So what do we learn here? We use was, were, plus verb plus ing to form the past continuous. And we use have, has, plus past participle. That's verb 3 to form the present perfect. Next is B2 level. 14. How many drinks? Oh, yes. No more options. It's up to you to find them. A hint? Use the present perfect. Did you say, did you have? Here we need a present perfect because we do not know when. Have you had? Have you had? It's crazy, right? That's the present perfect of have. Have plus verb 3, have had. 15. This phone made in China last summer. Good. Was made. 16. I been thinking a lot about you. Good. I have been thinking a lot about you. 17. When I arrived at the airport, the plane taken off. Yes, it's getting more difficult. Good. Had taken off. This is the past perfect. When I arrived at the airport, at that moment, the plane didn't take off after I arrived, but before. And guys, if you would like to study the past perfect a little bit more, I have linked again an amazing video by me, less than 10 minutes. Go ahead and check it out. Okay, so I'm super curious about your level, so let me know how many of these you got right. And if you have any questions about these answers, anything that you would like me to further explain, leave a comment and I will try my best to cover it. Okay guys, now things are getting serious. This is C1 level. Okay, 18. Over 20 models been produced in the past 2 years. Good. Have been produced. 19. California, a country, it would be one of the world's largest economies. It's a tough one. Good. Were California a country? Again, guys, this is the conditionals. The conditionals, we need to study them a little bit more. 20. Rarely I read such an original story. Good. Have I read? Remember, guys, the more you study, the sooner you will reach your goal. So keep on studying every day and you will see you will get only better. So, moment of truth. What should you study based on your mistakes? If you answered questions 10, 11, or 14 wrong, then you need to study the present perfect and you will find the link in the description. Question 13, that's the second conditional. 15, 18, wrong, study the passive. 16, study the present perfect continuous. 17, the past perfect, link in the description. 19 and 20, inversion and conditionals. Thank you guys for watching today's video. In my next video, I'm going to explain 5 common mistakes English learners make when using verbs. Ahmed is going to help me a little bit, so go ahead and watch it here. And remember, the more you study, the sooner, say it with me, you will reach your goal. Super!